Welcome to Jobbed Out, the wrestling editorial that reminds you that it's not a dream job if they're just gonna fire everybody. You want me to sound like a broken record? 'Cause here goes. WWE just fired a bunch of people again. What the hell? In 2021, they've fired so many talents across all the brands that somehow they managed to make last year's purge at the beginning of the pandemic look tame. Today's releases include a lot of Performance Center talents, but most notable are Bobby Fish, Bronson Reed, Jake Atlas, Kona Reeves, Leon Ruff, Tyler Rust, and Mercedes Martinez. Of course, Martinez I just spoke about as being the one person to come out on top after the whole Retribution fiasco. Mercedes was most recently feuding with Xia Li on weekly TV. She was even in a mixed person tag with Jake Atlas, also released today, who was at one time a 205 Live standout, an established LGBT wrestler. Kona Reeves had been with the WWE for a good 7 years to minimal success. Leon Ruff and Bronson Reed both held the NXT North American title over the last 12 months, with Reed even getting a main roster tryout recently alongside Karrion Kross. He might have been the lucky one of the two. Tyler Rust had just formed a new group, the Diamond Mine, which had been doomed from the start because they still haven't even bothered to tell us why the group came together. Then there's Bobby Fish, arguably the biggest star of the group. Fish was a two-time NXT Tag Champion and a member of the Undisputed Era, having come in to the brand alongside Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole. Sadly, he's seemingly spent more time injured than able, which likely led to the decision on him. They also fired Giant Zanjeer, a shoot 7-foot, 300-pound wrestler from India, who was initially teamed up with Shanky before his partner was taken away and matched up with Veer and associated with Jinder Mahal on Raw. There are other names on this list too, but they appear to be Performance Center trainees the company's just given up on. I'm starting to wonder who the company is going to have left by the end of the year with all the names they've cut since springtime. I mean, we all know that the WWE has been trying for a decade to make the company's success less about the performers and more about the brand. The marquee used to read Hulk Hogan and World Wrestling Federation. Now they just want it to read WWE. The performers are just completely interchangeable and replaceable, but come on, how disheartening is this? Not even just for us fans, investing our time week after week into these performers that are just tossed aside, but think about the performers themselves. Many of them had worked their ass off across the indies, knowing that they were already too small or the wrong shape for what makes a successful WWE superstar. They still found their way to the company, either through tryouts or from when Evolve was purchased. They got in the door, ready to realize their dream, to show what they can do, and then they get cut before they even make it to Raw or SmackDown. Now, the reason PW Insider claims for today's releases is actually not budget cuts, but rather, this is a part of major changes for NXT, including a new logo, lighting, a younger talent focus, and a new format. In other words, budget cuts. You don't fire Jake Atlas because you need new lighting. You don't say goodbye to Mercedes Martinez because you're ready to debut a new logo. That's trash and they know it. The WWE managed to get what they want here. Their name is on the marquee. They're bigger than any performer that they've got. And with that, means they're the villain now. Because they're bigger than Mr. McMahon or the corporation or the authority. Fans have spent much of the last 2 decades practically watching out of resentment to see how things could possibly get worse and see how they could ruin the talent they've got. I can't even watch them now. Not out of my loyalty to Leon Ruff, who for real has the best theme song ever, but because they've shown us through bad 50-50 booking, or by feeding their active roster to retired legends, or just by releasing people who were on TV a week ago, that there's no point investing our time and energy into the show. This is all 1 week after they announced $250 million in revenue in their last quarter. Can't wait to see how much they tout in record profits 3 months from now, while also claiming they can't afford to pay their current Raw Tag Team Champions. Eat my ass. Now this is all just my opinion though, and I want to know, what do you think of today's announcement? Are you an NXT viewer? Which performers, if any, were you rooting for and are disappointed to see gone from the company? And how does it affect you when a bunch of talents are all let go at once like this? Used to be this happened once a year and performers and fans alike all dreaded it. Now it seems like every week or two, and I'm starting to wonder who they're gonna have left come December. All because Nick Khan wants to keep the ledger profitable. They're already profitable! Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments and be sure to subscribe for more because I want you to be a part of this conversation too. For now though, I better get my shoulders off the mat, so thank you for tuning in to Jobbed Out. I'll catch you next time.